Hey everyone, my name is Andrew Von Boscher, and today I want to show you how to modulate any band and customize it using the matrix pattern sequencer in Reason. So yes, I was using the vocoder combined with the matrix to create custom levels or modulation of levels of specific frequency bands, and I want to show you how to do that today. This is not limited to just frequency bands. The world is your oyster on this. You can do anything with this. But I haven't done any tutorials on Matrix. So let's get started. Let's check this thing out. I got a new project opened up here, and I just copied and pasted the notes from the previous little loop I made already here. And let's go in the rack real quick. Now again, there are no right or wrong answers to this particular method or technique. So whatever works for you is what works best. What I'm going to do though, and this is again just for show, I'm going to create a Thor, and then what we're going to do is we're going to load a preset that I used in the loop before this called Mixed Choir. Mixed Choir is a dope little preset. This is what it sounds like with nothing. Super lush, super dope, really nice. But we're going to mangle it and we're going to do our own thing with it. So let's right click on this Thor here. We're going to go to utilities and we're going to create, actually I'm so sorry, we're going to create an effect, my goodness gracious. And we're going to create a BV512 digital vocoder. And if you right click on it without holding shift, it automatically routes, and that's actually what we want for this particular patch. Again, you can do whatever you want. So if we played it out on the vocoder mode, nothing would come out. If we played it on equalizer mode, it would be the same essentially, just a little, the frequency bands would be grouped up, it'd be a little rougher. This is what it sounds like. We're going to take it down to 4 bands to really group those bands together. So it kind of squashes the sound a bit in a good way, how I feel. So what we're going to do next is we're going to right click and we're going to create a utility now. Hey, we're going to hold shift and we're going to create a matrix pattern sequencer. We're going to hold that shift key so it doesn't automatically route, and you're going to press the tab key to flip the rack. Now we're going to take a look at the curve CV output here. And what we're going to do is we're going to route this to one of these bands here in the 4-band spectrum of the vocoder. I'm just going to do the mid-high for example's sake. And I'm going to change it from unipolar to bipolar curve, which means that in bipolar mode you can go from 0 to 1 or from 0 to -1, whereas in unipolar you can only go from 0 to +1. With modulating levels, there's no point in doing bipolar, but I like it because it's not as drastic as unipolar. The levels don't get as high. So we're going to flip the rack and we're going to toggle this over to the curve edit mode in the matrix. And I'm just going to bump it up to 32 steps. And the cool part is you can draw in anything you want and it'll modulate the band level. So listen. And as you can hear faintly, that this mid-high band here is getting modulated by this matrix. The one cool part about the matrix is that you can hold shift while you draw in the curve values, and it'll give you a nice uniform straight line depending on how far you draw. So if I hold shift, click, and drag, as such, I can create any kind of curve I want. That's pretty smooth. So yeah, what I'm going to do just for the example is I'm going to create just a simple little curve that is random as hell. There you go. So what'll happen is you'll literally hear the level of this band being modulated by this matrix. Let's take a listen. And of course, with the resolution at 16 steps, it's a little slow for this BPM, but you can always bump it up and get a more drastic effect as such here. and it's a cool way to add texture. There's so many things you can do with this. The other cool part is you can add multiple matrices, of course. So right click on here, hold shift, create another matrix, and press tab. Let's take this curve CV to the mid-low frequency number 2. And let's just create another curve. We'll keep it unipolar, why not? And we'll do this nonsense because we're weird. Right, okay, nice little curve. We're gonna put it on 30 seconds and let's see. You can hear it breathing now. You can hear it pulsing with the curve I made. And you can make a gated effect if you wanted. You can do all kinds of stuff. So let's do this. Let's make values min max. Just make a simple gated thing here. There we go. Why not? Make this 128 and you'll hear what I'm talking about. Obviously, it's not very rhythmic because I kind of just randomly drew those values in, but that is how you can modulate vocoder bands with using the matrix for some custom curves. No use of the LFO, no use of envelopes, no use of any of that, and it's really cool. So that's it. I just wanted to show you that. And again, I'm going to give you obviously more tutorials on the matrix because of how powerful it is. It's been around forever, but I see it very underutilized. Even with Reason 10 and whatnot, with the new sequencers and what they have, all the upgrades, I really feel as though the matrix still has something to offer. But other than that, we're all good here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned something. And if you did, definitely give it a thumbs up, and so more people can get this information. And if you like the videos, don't forget to subscribe so you can always be in the loop, get it? Hey, of when I got new stuff coming out. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.